Hi everyone, it's Norma, and I am showing you what I am burning now in the month of September. And I know I'm really late. September's almost over with. And truth to tell, I almost wasn't going to do this video. I have just been so crazy busy. I've been home. I've been away from home more than I've been home. I haven't been home on the weekends, which is when I do the majority of my burn time. You know, with my new work location, I have a longer commute, so I basically, there's an hour to my day that I no longer have, like half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, and that time really adds up. So, I've been tired, and a lot of times I haven't even been in the mood for burning my candles, and it was like I was just not going to even do this video because it's like, I won't be able to do it till this weekend, and it's going to be officially October. It's going to be stupid to do what I'm burning in September when it's October. But I came home today, and the weather's finally cooled down. September has been unusually warm. Like we had several days in the 90s, and it's been hot, it's been humid, and it hasn't felt like, fall at all until just the last couple days. So we've been in the 60s. It's been kind of off and on rain all day today. And I said, you know what? If I'm going to do the video, today is the day to do it, or I'm not going to do it. So here we are. I was hoping it was going to be kind of like a, September, what I'm burning now in September and fall decor tour. However, I really am hesitant to say fall decor because I haven't done any decorating. I basically just switched out my summer accessories for fall accessories, and that's about it. So, without further ado, let's just get this show on the road. Except to say, because I am doing this video so late in the month, a lot of the candles that I had intended to show you guys, I've finished. So, I've had to put replacement candles in, and I've done a lot of like just 2-wick candles, miscellaneous candles, that I just wanted to be able to burn through quickly, kind of get rid of them before I really get into my October candles, which will be all out fall. Because since it was so hot in September, it was really hard to get in the fall mood. But the candles you're going to see now are really more fall type candles with a few leftover, hangover, transitional September candles. So in my bathroom, I have some Votive's Yankee Candle Golden Sands. I wanted to burn this scent all summer, and I just never got around to it. So I still haven't burned a large jar, and unfortunately, I think I have only one, which I'll have to do something about that next spring. But I said, you know what, I'm going to at least put my Votives in because I had nothing to go with the candle I originally had going on in the bathroom, which was Black Amber Plum by Goose Creek. But I have finished the Black Amber Plum, and I've replaced it with something else. So instead of Black Amber Plum, what I have going on is an Henri Bendel candle in the scent Cashmere. This is one of the ones that Victoria's Secret was selling for $5, which was a great deal. I'm so glad I stocked up on it. I'm kind of wishing I'd gotten even more because it's just a nice, kind of like upscale, almost like a lady's body care type scent. And this candle is so oily. Like every time I touch it, the oil from the wax gets on my fingers, and even when I wash my hands, it just lingers and lingers and lingers. And it's just the perfect scent throw for the bathroom. And in this particular location, in this bathroom, whatever I burn in this bathroom usually spills out into my bedroom. So I usually want something nice in here because I get a good throw here. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, so over here on my dresser, and I don't know why the flash all of a sudden came on, I'm burning, one of my old favorite standbys from Yankee Candle, which is Napa Valley Sun. And frankly, I have to admit, the love affair is kind of over a little bit. I still like it. Now, I've only been home for like an hour and a half. So this candle's probably only been lit for about an hour, so it hasn't pulled out. But for the most part, I haven't had too many problems. I actually have, now, you know what, now I'm not sure which one is which. Because I had one in Napa Valley Sun, and the other one was, this is the other one. This is the another version of Napa Valley Sun, which is called Beach Sun. I think it came out a few years ago. Interestingly enough, I started them both at the same time. This one has a little bit more of a burn issue than my actual Napa Valley Sun. But, you know, the throw, I got 2 of them going. I should have a much better throw than I do for 2 of them. But it's like there, it lingers in the background. I don't know. I remember, like, when I first started my YouTube channel, and I reviewed Napa Valley Sun, it just like blew me away. It was like so strong. It filled the bedroom and spilled out into the hallway. And I've never seemed to have that same luck with the candle that I've had since then. I still like the scent. I actually get a decent throw from the votives. I still have some of the tarts left when I stocked up a couple years ago when I thought it was being discontinued. And of course it's still available online, but whatever. Okay, so now we're on my other dresser. And I originally had, what did I have going on in here? I had another black amber plum, I think. And because I had black amber plum going in here, I had chosen these Pure Radiance candles. This is the old style when it was a cotton wick. In the scent, it's called Grapevine. And it's not the same as Vineyard. This is more like a perfumey, grapey type candle. So I had these sit in my closet. I was trying to find something to go with black amber plum. I said, oh, this will good, because I was kind of going with like a wine plum type theme in the earlier part of the month. So I had that one over there, and then I have this one over here. One burnt better than the other. I don't know why. As you can see, this one's got a good wax pull going on. But both of these will be done definitely, you know, probably before Friday, by this weekend for sure. And I'll be kind of happy because I'm looking forward to replacing them with something. With what? I don't know. Then over here, I have, just in this votive, it's just Lake Sunset by Yankee Candle. And then in here, this is a Goose Creek candle that I bought. This was one of the first Goose Creeks I ever bought, and I just never got around to burning it. This is in the scent Royal Amber, which I believe is a discontinued scent. And obviously I picked it because, you know, I was looking for something to go with my Napa Valley Sun when my Black Amber Plum finished. And it's just one that was sitting there. I said, you know what, it's time to use up. And I actually like this scent. You know, the performance on it's been okay. You know, I've had no crazy wicks. I do keep the wicks trimmed very short. But I haven't had puny wicks either, which is a problem that I've been having with some of the newer Goose Creek candles. It's nice to throw. It's kind of like, you know, it's light to medium. It's okay for a bedroom. I would have liked whatever I have going on right now to be a little bit stronger, because honestly, other than my Henri Bendel candle, the scent in this room is kind of light. So I'm looking forward to finishing up everything that I have going on in here, and I'm going to start getting into my deeper, more intense, exotic, sensual type scents. Thank goodness. Okay, just coming back to show you guys what this looks like without the flash on. I don't know what I accidentally hit to make that happen. I know it's pink, but I was trying to find some kind of purple, fallish looking hurricanes for the bedroom, and I couldn't find anything. Then I was finally going to order something from Yankee that was like purple and gold crackle glass, and then it literally sold out like right under me. So I'm stuck with pink for now. Better luck next year, right? Okay, so over here in my computer room, this is actually something that I have been burning in the month of September. And the only reason it's still here is because I have some puny wick syndrome going on. And this is, let's see if I can show you without taking out a wick. This is Goose Creek French Autumn. and I have 2 of them going on in this room. And even though I've had some issues with puny wick, I'm still getting a good throw, and they pull out, so I'm not going to complain too much, because I'd rather have that than deal with crazy wicks and soot everywhere, because this room collects all the soot. Like, all the candles that I burn in the house, the soot travels onto the wall over here, and I spent a lot of time cleaning it, you know, this spring, but I'm going to have to do it again. So I'd rather have low wicks with a wax pull and a throw than crazy lively wicks and soot. So I guess it's a trade-off for now until, you know, they get their wick situation straightened out. And then in my firefly holders from Yankee, I have tea lights from, where are these from? Oh, Goose Creek recently came out with tea lights, and I was hoping that they were going to have Black Amber Plum or French Autumn, something that would go with this kind of scent, and they didn't, so I ended up just putting tea lights in Yankee Candles Golden Sands. And then on the other side, I basically have the same thing going, except I have a different holder. Obviously, the Hurricane is from Yankee. This is, gosh, what did they call this one? The Auburn Flicker Leaf. And I really like it. I thought it was going to be like more of like russet, dark orange and golden colors. But when it's lit, to me it looks, sorry about that, but when it's lit, it actually looks like black and red to me. So I paired it with these red tea light holders that I picked up from, I think, Michael's for Valentine's Day earlier this year. And I'm so excited that Yankee Candle has come out with the red fractal holders. Those shall be mine. That's all I'm telling you. They shall be mine. So anyway, this is the Auburn Flicker Leaf. Okay, so over here in my other bathroom, I have a Yankee Candle. And I originally had a Hurricane in here, but I couldn't decide what to burn. And when I finally picked on Yankee Candle Silver Birch, I decided to take the Hurricane out and just showcase this label. The candle needs to get down a little bit more for you guys to fully appreciate what the label looks like when the candle is lit. This is one of the labels that I think just looks beautiful with a lit flame behind it, where it was like almost designed to go with the flame. And it's a beautiful, beautiful label. You know, I'm sad that this one is smaller in size now. You know, in general, I'm not that hung up anymore on the label change, but there are just certain labels, when I've looked at the new releases, that, you know, the skinny and narrower version just doesn't work. And this one was so beautiful. I decided, you know what, this is the only one I have with this label. I'm going to display it and enjoy it, because I may not be able to get one like this again unless I get lucky at the outlet, you know, next summer. Silver Birch. Now, I did have to cut some wax out of this the other day, simply because, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't been home. I just haven't had time to burn my Yankee, so it was starting to tunnel. And this is, usually I don't ever have wick issues with my Yankee candles, but this is one where I really did have to keep an eye on the wick and keep it trimmed. Otherwise, I would get a sky-high flame. When I first lit this, I looked at the wick and I said, oh, I don't need to trim it. It, you know, it looks good. And then I had the flame shooting out of the Illuma lid, so I had to trim it. So even though it's been burning an hour, it hasn't really pulled out yet. And of course, the jar looks like a mess, because like I said, it was just either this morning, was it this morning or last night? It was last night that I cut out the wax, and it hasn't had a chance to fully pull out yet. But I hope to rectify that by this weekend. And I'm sorry I can't show you the candle with a full wax pull, because normally I don't have a problem with this one. It's just, you know, my stupid schedule. Now, this is a Goose Creek candle that I originally had in my other bathroom, but because I rarely go into that bathroom when I'm home, I don't like to burn 2 wicks in there. So I had moved it around. I had it in various places, and now because it's almost done, I just decided to set it on my bathroom counter here. This is Lavender de France. This is another one. Look at how the label works with the flame. That is simply gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The scent is nice. It's just a nice basic lavender. Unfortunately, I did not get a good throw from this for the majority of the candle's life. At one point midway, I did, and it lasted for maybe a day, and it kind of went away. So I don't know if I just got a dud, because other people have reported they've gotten a really good throw from this. I do like the scent enough that the next time I place a Goose Creek order, I will get it again and give it another chance. I was going to review this one, but as I seem to be the only one that had an issue with the throw, I decided, you know what, I'm going to wait till I get another one and give it a second chance and try it again, because I don't want to steer people wrong, just in case I got a dud or I just placed it in the wrong place in my house. So I will get this one again, and fingers crossed it throws good, because the scent itself is really nice, and the label, oh, look at that, how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful. Okay, so over here on my stove, I have, this is a Swan Creek candle, and this is in the scent Dutch Apple Pie. And I haven't gotten around to reviewing this one yet. Hopefully I will soon. Now, now that the cooler weather is coming in, I'm not going to be gone away from home on the weekends quite so much. So, I'm going to have more time, I hope, please. It's a nice scent. I think I prefer the Bath and Body Works Warm Apple Pie scent. If I had to compare an apple pie scent, I think that one has the edge on it, but this is still nice. But so stay tuned for my full review on that one. I really had no burn issues with it, even though it's a one wick like a Yankee. I don't know if the circumference is a little bit narrower. I'm not sure what it is, but they seem to pull out quicker than my Yankee candles do. So I've never really had an issue with it not pulling out. Okay, where to next? So you guys probably remember these humongous pillar holders. Sorry for the crap on the table, but I changed this thing up so many times this month I can't even tell you, and I just wasn't happy with anything. So I finally decided to put a Luminara candle with a candle ring that I got from Michael's. This is probably the extent of my fall decorating. And I actually have some ribbon that I had bought that I just stuck in here and forgot to take it out. And it actually kind of looks nice there, so maybe I should leave it. Because I was going to play with ribbon and do something fancy, and you know what? It just never happened, and I'm hopeless with ribbon anyway, so it's probably a good thing I didn't attempt it. So I have the same thing going on the other side of the room. You can see it better here, I think. Yeah, you can see it better here. So it's just my Luminara. I think this is the 6-inch pillar with a 3-inch base, which is, the standard pillar size that I got from QVC. Then over here, I have some more Luminara, and then you can probably see I have my whirly thing on the wall, which I have not used all summer. I actually almost forgot it was there because I didn't use it all summer long. But I looked at it today. I said, you know what? It's the end of September. It's rainy. It's cool. I think it's time to finally use it. So I scrounged around trying to find some tea lights to put in it, and believe it or not, I found tea lights in white chocolate apple. I had picked up one box at the outlet this past summer, so I said, hey, I'm going to put my white chocolate apple tea lights in it. And I'm sad I only have the one box left, but I actually have some jars in white chocolate apple, which I'll show you in a minute, so that's why that set worked out. So then what do I have going over here? These are the Luminara taper window candles that Kohl's had on clearance, that everybody in my Facebook group was going over kind of crazy trying to find, the Luminara candles on sale. I never found the actual candles, but I found the tapers, and I like them. So, hey, I'm glad I picked them up. And I have to thank my admin, Joy, because she was the one that was like, if you hesitate over them, don't hesitate, snap them up. So I snapped them up, not sure if I liked them, not sure what I was going to do with them, but I'm really, really glad I did. So thank you, Joy. This is a hurricane that I picked up from Yankee when my purple and gold one that I wanted to get for my bedroom sold out. I got this one thinking it might work because it kind of has like gold and green. There's a little bit of purple. But I just really didn't like the way it looked in my bedroom. It didn't go. So I had to find a place for it. So here it is. And, you know, it's pretty. It's actually the same pattern as the auburn flicker leaf that you just saw in my computer room. But where that is like with almost like, you know, the mercury glass, this is the crackle glass. So different materials, same pattern, so it gives a totally different look. I don't know if you, yeah, you can see the colors there. It is pretty. So it wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but now that I have it, I do actually kind of like it. And I think the warm, you know, gold amber tones fit well for the holiday season. So that's what I got going on this side of the room, which is like my dining room. Then on my dining room table, I have another hurricane from Yankee. I can't remember exactly what they call this one. I have a Kringle candle and apple cider donut. Now, when I originally picked this candle to burn here, I had mostly vanilla scents going on. I had like Yankee Candle buttercream. I had World Journeys, Veracruz vanilla. I had just basically vanilla scents going on because I kind of wanted this candle to stand alone so I could smell it, because I'm finding a lot of Kringle candles, there are some that are really strong, but I'm finding a lot of them seem to do better if there aren't other candles in the room competing with them. It's I mean, they're not definitely not unscented, but they seem to do better if they're the only, you know, show going on. So that's what I kind of did with this one. And you know, when I had just the plain vanilla candles going on, I could smell this one fairly decently. Now that I have, you know, some stronger apple scents, other scents going on, you know, it's getting a little bit lost, but I still like this scent. This is like one of the first Kringles I ever tried. It's the scent that made me fall in love with the company. So even though it's not a super, super strong thrower, I still like it. It's my favorite out of their apple scents, I think. And then I have tea lights in Kringle, Cortland apple. I got the tea lights just to try the scent out. I love the Kringle tea lights. I think they're like probably the best tea lights on the market. They burn well. You know, I usually get, you know, 4 to 6 hours from them easily. They have a decent scent throw. If I had my Kringle tea lights in that whirly thing, I'm telling you right now, that's all I would be smelling is what I have in there. So I'm very impressed with their tea lights. Okay, so over here I have my Twilight Silhouette collection going on with my salt lamp. Ignore the red hurricanes in the back because they're just there for storage reasons. So this is the screen. And I know a lot of people in my Facebook group have been, the screen is actually white. Now, right now it does look peach. I think maybe it's reflecting off the salt lamp. But a lot of people in my group have been taking the screen and painting it orange or replacing it with like an orange color plastic. So it matches the deep peach of this. But because I have the salt lamp here, it just seems to be taking on a little bit more peachy tone, which is nice. It's not quite the same. And the tea lights are, again, tea lights from Kringle in the scent Cortland apple. There's my salt lamp. And then in the holders, I have white chocolate apple here and a white chocolate apple there. But I just love this collection, the Twilight Silhouette that Yankee came out with last year. And I think it's one of my favorite pieces from them all time. I really, really love it. And right now it is sold out online, but they said it's going to be back for the holidays, and I really, really hope so, because I would like to pick up a few more just to have for myself and to give as gifts, because I just think it's beautiful. You know, it goes through fall, winter, you know, all the way until probably like, you know, early spring. I think you can get away with it. It's just a beautiful piece. Okay, so over here I have the Black Maple Hurricane from Yankee. on the tray. And this is another Swan Creek in the scent Honey Soaked Apples. This is my first burn of the candle. I had the melt first, and I absolutely love the melt. It's one of the strongest melts I've ever tried from any company. And I will be doing a review on the candle as well. So I'm not going to talk about that too much now, but it definitely, it's not as strong as the melt. The melt, one cube will fill this entire room and last for days and days and days. And then in my gold fractal votive holders, I have votives in, what do I have in here now? Buttercream. I originally started out this month with, I think maybe buttercream. And then I went to white chocolate apple, then I went to sugared apple, and now I'm back to buttercream. So anyway, I think that looks pretty. Again, once again, the taper candles from Luminara are in the background. Okay, so over on this wall is my TV. On the tall pillar holders are again Luminara candles. And then I have these holders that I got from White Barn this spring. And I just saved them for fall because to me they looked more like fall than spring. And I have, what do I have in here? This is a Colonial candle in Simply Vanilla. This is one of the scents that I picked up at Meijer's. They were on clearance. They were 50% off, then they went to 75. And I bought as many as I could find. I wish I could find more because I like this scent. It's just a nice basic vanilla. Now this one has, you can see some wax buildup on the side, and that's mostly my fault. Now I have one going on the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. The first burn on these large 22 ounces, you have to allow a lot of time. I mean, basically give yourself all day, so I usually only start them on the weekend so they can get a really good wax pull. Once I did that, I had no issues with it pulling out. So the issue is not with the candle on this one. It is with me, simply because, like I said, I haven't had time. I mean, I want to enjoy my candles, so sometimes I would light them even if I had an hour. And you need more than an hour with these. But for the most part, I've had no issues. It was pulling out until just recently with this weekend. I got home late and I just wanted to light my candles and enjoy them, but I had no time, and then I had to blow them out and whatever. But for the most part, I've had no issues with it. Look how pretty that is. And obviously I have the exact same thing going on this side. Let's see how this one, this one's kind of doing the same thing. And it's my fault, not the candle, because like I said, it was performing well until just the last few days. Isn't that how beautiful how it reflects against the wall? Just beautiful. Okay, so over here I kind of struggled with what to do, and I've changed this around a few times, and this is how it is currently right now. In my crystal holders, this is where I originally had my buttercream from Yankee, but then when that finished out, I decided to put some Luminara candles in here. I have a Luminara candle in my lamp. And what do I have in here now? I don't even know. Oh, because it's the end of the month, I didn't want to start my October candle, so I decided to pull out some Bath and Body Works candles. So this is Cinnamon Sugar Donut. This is the first Bath and Body Works candle I got. I bought a batch of them because everybody said it was great. So this is from the original batch that I bought back in, gosh, was it 2013? I think so. So that Cinnamon Sugar Donut in this holder, which came out last year from Yankee, the Autumn Sunset Mosaic. And in this one, I have Vanilla Pumpkin Marshmallow from the same year, I believe. So with both of those, I haven't had wick issues like I've had from this year's Bath and Body Works candles, because these candles are like 3 years old. So I've had no issues with them as far as that goes. In the holders, votives in buttercream, tea lights in Kringle Macintosh. So yeah, I guess it's pretty. It's just, I don't know, you know, I have some like pumpkin tea light holders. I get like some, I don't know. I need to, maybe in the next month I'll switch out something for pumpkins. I don't know, something about it isn't quite right for me yet, but I don't really care because I'm not home long enough to enjoy anything. And last but not least is my coffee table. You know, I had 2 years ago, I had that glittery leaf garland going across, and then last year I had one with sunflowers. This year, I don't know, the garland thing just wasn't working for me. I just felt like I was being cluttered. I just wanted something more simplified. So like I said, I really didn't do any fall decorating, other than throw in a few of these glitter leaves that, you know, Sandra in my group had done a picture of her table where she, you know, glittered her own leaves and this beautiful flower arrangement and candles and mercury glass. It was so gorgeous, and I got so inspired. I said, I'm going to go out and get some glitter leaves, but this is all I did. It's just pretty pathetic, I know. And then, of course, I got this holder. This is the same one that you just saw on the other wall, except this is the larger size. It's not the largest size. Those were small, this was medium, and I believe there was an actual size that was larger, yeah, which was too large for me. And in here, I have, this is another one from 2 years ago. This is Home Sweet Caramel Comfort. And I decided to drag this one out just today, so it's the first burn of this one, because I had some other vanilla candle in here that finished up, and I all of a sudden remembered that I had this, and I go, hey, I got white chocolate apple going. Home Sweet Caramel Comfort and white chocolate apple to me are very, very similar, so I figured it would go well together. And then, of course, in the votive holders, I have Yankee Candle Buttercream. So there you guys have it. That is what I am burning now in September. And, you know, a lot of this stuff is going to be finished up by this weekend. Not everything, but a lot of it. So I'm going to really start getting into the heavier fall scents. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm kind of going back and forth between doing smoky and woodsy or getting more into the pumpkin. Although I usually like to save my more spacey pumpkin scents for November. So maybe I'll do smoky woodsy with some apple. I don't know. You guys have to stay tuned and find out. So there you guys have it. That's what I've been burning in the months of September. If you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below. And have a blessed day.